Okay, awesome. All right, thank you so much, everyone, once again for joining. And like I said, it's super amazing and exciting having you all on the call with us today. This session is going to be as interesting and worth your time. And just relax, get a cup of your favorite drink, right, and just have fun. So, I love to do something at the start of my session every time. I love to get to know the people that are on the call with me so that we are able to get familiar with each other and for the purpose of also speaking to something that you can relate to, right? So that again, you get the most out of the session. So I see we have Sunday on the call, we have Norman, we have Salaudin, we have Suhas, we have Paul, Eliazar, you know, Dadado, I believe I pronounced that right, Joanna, and everybody on the call. So thank you all once again for being here. I would like to get to know us briefly. Tell me where you're joining from, right? Just type it in the chat. And the tech career path that you have taken a course in. So where are you joining us from? And what tech career path have you also taken a course in? So please just type it in. All right, just type it in. So this session is going to be about hacking the system to getting a job, right? Not the bad kind of hacking, not the black hat hacking, by the way. So it's the good hacking, right? The mindset hacking, the application hacking, right? All of those little things, those strategies that you can be very intentional about that would set you up for success in the job market. So please let's use the chat, right? My eyes are glued to the chat and I would really love to know where you're joining from. And okay, Kingsley is joining us from Owerri. Kingsley, I would like to know if you've taken a tech course. So you can just type, you don't need to type your name because I can already see your name, right? So just type data scientist Owerri, data analyst UK, data engineer Birmingham, just type something like that. Project manager UK, just type it something like that. So I have my eyes glued to the chat, like I said. All right, thank you, Basil. Basil is joining from Bookkeeper Coventry, UK. Awesome. So I have my eyes glued to the chat, like I said, and I am definitely going to be getting to know where you're joining us from and what you also do. And one quick thing that I would really love for us to talk about is the fact that there is a familiar challenge in the job market that we all have either gone through or are presently experiencing, right? There is a familiar challenge, and I would really, really love to be sure that I am not assuming. First off, I actually know it's not an assumption. Like I said, it's a familiar challenge. Either you've gone through it or you're currently going through it. And I have actually also experienced it, right? And that's why this topic is very important. And that's why every day, every time, I always say something. The problem we're solving at Amdari is one that really, really excites me. And for me, it's like a mission because this is something that, regardless of your industry, is very important. I might be rambling. I might be saying so much right now, and you're wondering, okay, what exactly are you trying to, drive home or drive at? We won't get there. I just don't want to put the words in your mouth, right? But I'd like us to give me a quick show of hands. How many of you, it's sounding like that guy that says, how many of you here remember this guy? I see that post online, don't mind me. So how many of you here have ever read a job posting that would say it's an entry level role, but then you'll be required to either be able to do this and be able to do that? I know the reason why I am using the term able to do this or able to do that, right? I saw a job posting one time. It's for I think it was a project manager role, and it was written, we need a junior level project manager. And we want you to be able to perform this, perform that. And trust me, all of the requirements are not for junior or entry level. They are for someone that obviously has some wealth of experience, right? So if you're familiar with this, like you'd see a job posting and you're required to be able to carry out certain things that you can't do yet without experience. Basil actually already even typed it in the chat. So Basil, I really love that proactiveness. All right. I really love your energy. So please, if you're familiar with this, can you just give me a show of hands? Just give me a show of hands. Right. So while we are still introducing ourselves, Basil, okay, Basil already introduced himself. Ihoma, Data Science London, guys, software engineer from Kentrin, UK. Okay, Miracle, I believe that's you showing me. There's a thumbs up, right? Just give me, you can give me a thumbs up. It's right there on your screen. So, like I said, this is a familiar challenge that most people have experienced, and it's one of those things that really, really, gets us wondering, okay, what do I have to do, or what am I not doing right yet? And that will bring us to the actual session for today. So, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Just give me a minute. All right. Okay. So let me just know once you can see my screen. Just, you can just indicate once you can see my screen. So just give me a thumbs up. You can already see my screen. Give me a thumbs. Can you see my screen? Awesome. Thank you. So are we excited to be here? I would really love for you to indulge me, everyone on the call. Thank you guys. I don't want to be the only one on the call feeling like I am speaking to myself, right? So I would be happy if we are active, if we are listening, and if we are able to take home something very, very helpful from this session. So again, I'm going to ask the question. Give me a thumbs up if you're following, all right? Everyone on the call, give me a thumbs up. Guys is active, so I'm not surprised that guys is giving me a thumbs up already. Okay, thank you, Awa. That's a new person now. Who else is going to, give me a thumbs up? Are you following? Are you with me? From Kingsley to Basil. Just the thumbs up is somewhere on your screen, right? There are some emojis. Probably you're trying to, look for where it is. Okay, thank you, Sekinat. All right, so we're not wasting time. Like I said, again, I would really like for us to, follow through. Trust me, I had sleepless nights preparing for this session. So I would be happy if this means so much to you at the end of the day, if you get so much value at the end of the day. That's the only reason I had to prepare for this session. So if at the end of the day, the reason why I prepped myself up to be here today and speak about this topic that is very, very interesting and I think is going to be helpful, right? If at the end of the day you're able to get something out of it, I am fulfilled. Trust me, I am fulfilled. All right, so like I said, right, one of the familiar challenges that we face is always going to be, oh, I do not have experience. Oh, I need this, I need that. And we are asking ourselves this question. Okay, you need me to have experience, right? But I need a job to get that experience. And then to get that job, I need this experience. And somehow in between, it feels like it has to be magically gotten. The experience has to be magically gotten, but it's not that deep. Let me use that deeply. Sorry, loosely, right? It's not that deep. We just have to hack the system. I have done it. I would show you proof of how I did it and how I landed my first job. In fact, I would show you screenshots of how I, as far back as 2019. These things right now, when I look at it, it feels like gold. Like I'm like, thank God I have all of this. They call it evidence, right? Again, using the terms loosely, evidence, like, okay, there's no evidence to back up whatever you're saying or back up your claim and all that. So when I was preparing for this session, I was like, wait, I have this proof of, how I did it. Because most times when we talk about these things, honestly, you know what they say about, oh, people that either achieved, something, or they've been able to get something, or they've been able to either have a path that helps them get to a particular destination would always be very vague with how they give you the tips, like, oh, just do this, it worked for me. When you get to that juncture, you realize that there is so much more. It's just like this book that Otedola released recently, right? And there was a lot of banter around it on Twitter. And that was what birthed Nepo and Lapo babies, the rich kids being the Nepo and the Lapo being the well, not middle class, but the other extreme of middle class. So that birthed it. And why am I using this as an instance? Because at the end of the day, the reason why people said a lot about that book before it was even released was because, oh, this person has some type of backing. He was the son of, oh, a millionaire or something, old Lagos money, all of that. So he already had everything kind of in place. So there was money for him to get started. So, oh, don't whine us, don't whine us. You already had, that head start that people who are not rich kids do not have. That's not the case with this session today, right? What this session is about is actually how I have also taken that path of, okay, not having experience and what was done differently. And when we say either shoot your shot, when we say apply like this, we're not saying it because it sounds fancy to say. We're not saying it because we read it off a book. No, we are saying it because, okay, let me speak for myself. I am saying it because that's actually what I did. That's actually what worked for me. That's my reality, right? So if it worked for me, I'm not just saying something I read off a textbook just to come and say, oh, okay, do it like this, it will work. That's not the case, right? So why is this session important? Because it is coming from a realistic point of view, what I did and how I did it, and how you can also do it. And it works. I kid you not, I know people that have done this also. It's like a pattern. It's like a pattern. I would always say something. For successful people, I would study the pattern. I would take a look at your previous years of posting. What was it like? There is always a sign that this person or that person will be great. You see it in the little steps they are taking. That's why, again, like I said, we need to also know that some strategies are not read off of a textbook. They are things from experience. And that's always the best way to actually, share strategies and what you can also do to achieve some type of success that you are chasing. Now, when it comes to breaking into tech, the struggle again and again, or even any industry, is how to get real world experience. Because to get it, you need a job, but then nobody's going to hire you then. How do you get it if nobody's going to hire you? It's really, really not far-fetched, right? And we will get to that. Now, at Amdari, the reason why I said what I said earlier, that what we do is very dear to my heart, and I'm very passionate about it, is that we are solving a very major problem, the problem of lack of experience and people not being able to get a job because they do not have experience yet in tech, right? Or in the fields that I have listed on my screen. Fields like data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, cybersecurity, which we have broken down into three areas of specialization, which is SOC, GRC, as well as ethical hacking. Now, why did we decide to go with this career path? Because they are part of the shortage occupation careers, like it's listed on that list, right? So there are also career paths that are in demand, whether in the UK or even outside the UK. Now, if these career paths are in demand, and then you've gone ahead to take a course, amazing, you have taken the first step, right? Now, you've taken the course where you're struggling to get a job. And then you are wondering, because one thing I heard when I was starting out in tech and I took a course in software engineering, one thing I was hearing then was, oh, it's they're hiring for it. Just learn the skill and everything, and to get a job is very easy because a lot of companies are currently building so many digital products, and it's not like there are so many developers out there. Stuff like that. Learn the in-demand tools. What are those ones that they are majorly hiring for? Is it Kotlin? Is it Node.js? Is it PHP? Is it Python? Just go learn it, and then you are done learning it and you're struggling to get a job. The same being a PM, the same thing with being a data analyst. You're still struggling to get a job because you're done with the course right now and you're struggling to get a job. And that's obviously because you don't have experience. Now, how do you get that experience? That's when we started Amdari. And that's why we started Amdari, to cater to this familiar problem, to solve it based on our own previous, experience as well, being newbies in tech. Because trust me, every expert was once a newbie. Every expert was once clueless. Every expert was once guided. In fact, every expert once had a mentor, someone they looked up to. Even up till now, personally, I still have quite a number of people that I look up to, like a lot of people. Because once you attain one level of growth, you realize that, okay, there's still another thing that you would love to pick up and improve on, which is where lifelong learning comes into the picture. And that's how we stay relevant, right, in this ever evolving and fast paced tech world. So, for us to keep thriving, for us to keep evolving as individuals, as professionals, it is very important for us to know what's needed, right? These things are not personal if you're not when you're not getting it. So let me say it. When you're not getting it, it's not because it's personal or yeah, it's not because it's personal. It's because you're probably not ready. Also not because you're not good enough. It's just because you're probably not ready. Now let's get straight into the session without wasting too much time. We are going to focus on few key areas which is how to actually hack that particular familiar challenge, like I said, and the Amdari Work Experience Program, and also our special offer for you. Now, Amdari was birthed from a place of personal experience, like I said earlier. Now, place of personal experience because one of the co-founders at Amdari, that's Ifemena Ipo, has been in the space, right, for a while now. But he was not initially meant or built to be in the, don't let me say built to be in the place. He wasn't he didn't go to the university to become a tech bro, to become a tech professional. He went to the university to study economics, right? And after school, he had to transition into tech. And after transitioning into tech and relocating to the UK, getting a job even in the UK became a struggle. He had to work in the warehouse for a while. And during that period, he was taking courses, he was working on projects, he was doing internships, right? The same company leveled him up to the position of a business intelligence analyst. That's why I said everything that Amdari is built upon is honestly based on personal experience and things that we did that worked for us. And we're like, there is no platform that really helps people like this. If we were able to figure it out, not everybody will be able to. What if we create that avenue that helps people have it all figured out in one space, right? All the guidance you need, all the help you need, all the assistance you need to work and thrive in tech, to get started rather in tech. You get it in one place, like a total career rebrand. And that's why Amdari started, right? So if a Mena, for example, has a wealth of experience working for over a decade right now in the data ecosystem. He has worked across the data science sector, the business intelligence sector, and worked across companies in the UK, US, as well as Canada. And he has also worked in consulting. And the industries he has worked in spans from financial services, logistics, health tech, supply chain, entertainment, medical technology, as well as edtech and FMCG. He currently resides in Canada, right? And he has been able to help over 10,000 professionals transition into tech, right? From training to actually landing a job in tech. And the same thing applies to our second co-founder, Adeza Suleiman, who has also been able to help professionals transition seamlessly into tech with his wealth of experience being a tech expert, right? He has worked across data science, data analytics, as well as business performance and data analytics consulting. And he has worked across companies in the UK, US, and Canada. And his wealth of experience spans financial services, edtech, energy, and automobile, as well as work in the. He has also worked in the sports sector, and over a decade experience also helping professionals, over 2,000 plus of them, transition into tech from training to also landing their first job. And in addition to that, he also has people that he has helped to gain to get NHS jobs, visa sponsorship jobs and everything like that. And then I know you must have, seen my name on the screen, but I am the host for the session today. My name is Omomi Victoria Samson, and I am one of the co-founders at Amdari. Now, my passion is going to be, or is actually everything around human capital development. And I have done so much, quite a number of things in that space. I've worked in edtech, I've worked in film tech, I've also worked in marketing. And I started out my career as a software engineer, like I mentioned, or like I hinted. I didn't mention it outrightly, but I hinted. So I've worked in edtech, I've worked in film tech, and I've also worked in the project management space and under an agency. And it's been an exciting ride, right? So when I'm not being a techie, I'm either writing a script or I'm just writing something or watching a movie, just trying to relax and escape from work. So like I said earlier, anything that has to do with human capital development, I am super excited and interested in it. And I've helped quite a number of people not just transition into tech, but also land internship opportunities in tech. And we'll just get straight into it, enough of the introduction. So at the start of this, I said we are familiar with this problem of employers looking for someone with experience. But then when they say that they need you to have experience, what they are saying in actual sense is that they are looking for someone who already knows how to do the job, someone that they do not have to train. That's it. If today I say that I'm opening a fintech company and I need professionals that will be able to help my company move from this level to that level, and I'm hiring, I would need people that can do what I can't do. And bear in mind, even if I can do it, I can't build a company alone. So if I am hiring and going all out to pay my employees, I would need people that can do the job. First, because I most likely don't know how to do your job. Now, I said again and again, I started my career as a software developer, transitioned into product management, right? And project management. That means I am not a cybersecurity professional, even though I tried one or two things there, but I never really went into that field. So I am not a cybersecurity professional. That tells you that, oh, she's not a data engineer either. So if I put out a vacancy call and I say that I need a data engineer or I need a cybersecurity analyst, that automatically means I would need somebody that has done it before and will bring his or her wealth of knowledge to my team, because I need this person to be able to work on this or that that I cannot even contribute to. Because I would not, it's not just okay, me hiring you, but you would most likely be schooling us on things that we can do based on what you've learned where you've worked, right? So if I say that I need someone with experience, I mean I need somebody that I do not have to train. Now, I don't know how to do that job as a cybersecurity professional. Means if you're coming in as a newbie, you're just done with training, and I have to train you, I would hire somebody, pay that person to train you, right? It doesn't sound like a cost effective approach. It's not even a smart business move. So, recruiters need to make smart and intelligent business decisions. And one of it is hiring and hiring right. Now, hiring and hiring right means hiring somebody capable, and you can only get someone capable if that person has done it before and that person is bringing wealth of knowledge to your team. So if that person is, if you're hiring and you're not hiring somebody that is bringing that wealth of knowledge, then the company is most likely going to fall short in that area. And remember what they say about a team being as strong as the weakest member of that team, right? A team is as strong as the weakest member or the weakest department. So if you're bringing on a cybersecurity person fresh out of training and you're building a fintech company and you need somebody to bring on the knowledge that would help you guys not make mistakes, regulatory mistakes, not make mistakes with user data and everything, like just doing everything right and the right way. If you do not want to make costly mistake, right, or mistakes, then you need somebody that has done it before and that person will guide you, because you most likely are also starting this fintech business for the first time, or this venture. You might have been a founder in another company, or you're starting another company and it's always new and different, roller coaster of experience. Whether you've been a serial entrepreneur, you built this, you would always learn something on every business you build. And that's why it's very important for you to always, learn from whatever mistakes you've made before and make sure that in this new venture, you don't make mistakes. And hiring is one of those things, right? So that was why I hinted earlier that when recruiters tell you no, it's not personal, right? I mean, they don't even know you. Or it's because your CV probably did not even pass the ATS, or you failed the assessment test, or you passed all of the aforementioned and you get into the interview, but you were not convincing. You could not sell yourself convincingly. So that would make them be like, okay, I think I'll pass, right? But then there's so much we are going to unpack in this session. But let's take it one at a time. I really want to just, wrap up within an hour so that I can take questions and then we can also, just attend to questions and then call it a night. But please, as the session is going on, like I mentioned at the start of this, I would love for you to fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping. We will be able to send the slide from this session to you. We also have the job seeker guide, and we would love to send it to you. It contains steps, strategies, and things that you can do to get a job, right? So if you would love to receive this job seeker guide, please fill the form as well. And for the recording of this session, you will also be able to receive it once you fill the form. All right, so you've applied to so many jobs, right? And you're unable to get a job, still unable to get that job. You also keep asking for, recruiters also keep asking you for UK experience. And you're also probably still working an unpaid internship job or something. You are exhausted, right? You are exhausted, you just want to get a job. Does this sound familiar, please? Any one of these points sound familiar? Struggling to get a job, applying to over 100 jobs, hearing that you need experience, whether UK experience or not. you are familiar with all of these pain points. Thank you, Basil. You're familiar with all of these pain points. Give me a thumbs up. All right. Are we here? Hi, everyone. Am I the only one on this call? Can you guys hear me? Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Pedro, thank you. Okay, great. Okay, I believe that Lola, I believe you guys are giving me thumbs up. Thank you guys. So the thumbs up is an icon on your screen, right? I don't know if you can spot it, but thank you all. Right. So as I was saying, these are familiar problems, but you're not struggling because you're lazy. It's just because you need a different strategy. You're not struggling because you're not good enough. It's just because you're not ready yet. So what's that strategy that would make you ready? I would like for us to see how I hacked the system before we get into so much, right? Now, how I hacked the lack of work experience challenge. This was it. Now, I would always post my work. But the first thing I would like to say is I applied for an internship. I think I jumped the gun there, right? I applied for internship and I got the internship. Now, when did I apply for that internship? Immediately I was done with my training and I felt there was so much to learn. People are posting different things in my field that I was not yet familiar with. I would hear one, two today, and I would wonder, do I need to learn this? The information was overwhelming. Like it was overwhelming. I would see a post today and I would wonder, okay, I don't know this. Do you see people post on LinkedIn in your field, like people in your field, maybe data engineers and likes, and you feel like, and you start doing gap analysis and you're asking yourself, am I really ready? Like, can I really, this person is so intelligent, this person is so vast. Am I really ready yet? Do you see people's posts and you're doing that gap analysis? Can you give me a thumbs up? I know it's a lot of thumbs up today, but guys, I really love for us to. Thank you, Adeni. Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you, Basil. All right, thank you, everybody. So you see people post online. Thank you, everybody. Mercy also, thank you. You see people post and you're doing that gap analysis, like, oh my God, I need to learn a lot. I don't think I know this yet. I don't think I know that yet. I think I need to take a course. I think I need to watch more videos on YouTube. I need to read this. You would go online, you join some sessions, they'll be like, oh, if you're starting out as a data analyst, I recommend this book. Oh, if you're starting out as you've read so many books in your field, or even read articles from thought leaders in your field, you've seen posts and everything, and you're still feeling like you're not ready, right? You're still feeling like you still need so many informations. I was there as well. I would see a video online and I'll be like, do I need to learn this again? Do I need to learn? In fact, I wanted to learn Kotlin. I wanted to learn PHP. I wanted so many tools. And it was at that point I had to like, and I'm really glad, right? I'm really glad for the spirit of, being able to figure things out and just being very intentional from the get-go. I would really just tell you that. I am really glad that I had that intentional spirit from the get-go. And I just knew that tutorial video was not going to cut it for me. I would never feel ready because I kept watching tutorial videos, but that feeling was still there. And I said to myself, do I need to apply to a job? But if I apply, all these things that people know that I'm seeing online, I don't know as much as them. And I find myself in the same application room, applying with this set of smart people. Would I get this job? I don't think so. That would bruise my ego. One, that would make me feel like maybe I am not good enough. Imposter syndrome would set in. But that's not the actual situation. It's because I wasn't ready. I only took a course. Trust me, immediately after my course and few months after my course, if I had tried applying to any job, I wouldn't get it. I'm telling you this. I wouldn't get it. And not only will I not get it, but I would feel like maybe I didn't get it because I was not good. Because other people were smarter. But these people, they came in ready. I am not ready, right? So I love the fact that I was able to figure out that I was not ready. Now, I have spotted the problem. How do I solve that problem? I don't mind if I'm able to work somewhere for free. That just came to my mind. What's that name they call it again? Oh, I think it's internship, right? I really don't mind. Like, that was me, everything in my head, right? I was like, what's that name they call it again? I think they call it internship. Like, I'll just go somewhere, work for free. I really don't, at this point, I just want to learn. Like I just what tutorial videos will not help me. I need to learn from somebody, like someone out, like someone smart and all that. But tutorial videos will not help me. So I reached out to a friend of mine that was already in the space. He was big with everything tech. So I just sent him a DM. Hi, please, I'm looking for somewhere for internship. I know you know a couple of people. I wouldn't mind recommendation. Guys, guess what? He gave me three lists of places that he has actual access, that he could speak to their founders and everything. And I was like, okay. And he had that access because he was also like interning here and there and working on projects for these people unpaid. So he sent these three lists to me, and I picked the one that looked more more quality, right? It looked more advanced, like out there. I wasn't scared that. I mean, it's an unpaid job. What's the worst that can happen? You tell me no, right? And I had three options. If they tell me no, I would, manage my beggar. My beggar was still a chooser. I would manage these other guys, right? But let me shoot my shot with these ones, right? Let me go to them instead. So I reached out to the founder. Hi, I got your number from a friend. I would really like to intern in your company. I am still in school. I just took a course in front end development. These are the tools I know how to use. I built 2 or 3 landing pages. They were work landing pages, but did I apply my knowledge? Yes, I did. I wasn't good enough yet, but I was good enough for an internship. He still wanted to see my project before even giving me a yes, right? So what did I do? I just went ahead, and he asked me to come to his company, to their office rather. I went to their office. He said, "Let me see the work you've done." I showed him I went with my laptop. It was an on-site internship. I went with my laptop. He looked at it, said, "Okay, we can work with this. We can start with this." I love the fact that you're interested and you're pushing yourself. When did you say you started learning? I told him it was just 4 months ago or 3 months, no, 5 months or 4 months ago. And I've been stuck for the last 2 months because after learning for 3 whole months, I still feel like, you know, and I've been stuck and all that. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I started the internship. Now, in the course of the internship was when everything you see on my screen happens. It was in the course, sorry, it was in the course of the internship that everything you see on my screen happens. Now, starting from this first one, I started writing more codes from Tailwind CSS to JavaScript, Node.js, React, all of those tools, attended meetups and all that. Now, the work I was doing, I started posting one or two, but I'll tell you what led to me posting. I started posting one or two things about my work, just showing proof of being active as a software engineer and as someone in tech. I was showing proof of being active. I would always write caption. There's always a story behind anything I post. There is always a story behind it so that it adds context, right, to what I was sharing. Now, by the way, this is 2019. You can see right here, IWD 19, right? So that was 2019. Everything you see here, you can see that this picture was also from this event. It was the same day. Now, this event was the Google Developers Meetup, right? It was the Google Developers Meetup back then in northern Nigeria. I was living in Niger State at this point in time. So this was the Google Developers Meetup for like tech professionals. Yeah, the techies in that location, essentially. And that was my first ever meetup, and I was asked to speak. Who pushed me to speak? My team lead. Now, my team lead pushed me to speak because he had seen maybe the fact that, okay, this girl might be able to, she might be that person. You know how people would notice one or two things about you and they'd be the ones to push you. He saw something and he was like, "I would like you to speak at the event coming up." And I was like, "Speak at the event coming up?" This is like, I've never been to a meetup. Like, I have never been to a meetup. Not like I have been there, I've never spoken. No, I have never been to a meetup. I have anxiety disorder. I think they call it that. Like, I am this person that once I am meant to speak in public, I start shaking and I freeze. It's very bad, right? So, public speaking, I was terrible at it. This was my first ever public speaking. This was my first ever meetup, right? As an attendee, as anything. This was 2 months or 3 months, no, 3 months into my internship. This was 3 months in. So he was like, so when I said, I can't do it, oh, he was, you can't do it or you don't want to do it. I said, okay, analyzing this this phrase can and sorry, this words can and won't. I can, but I don't think I am ready. Right. And I said, you can, and I think you should, right? But if you don't want to, I wouldn't push you or force you. Just think about it, get back to me on Monday. I want to, send in your name. And then I thought so much about it and I was like, okay, do I need to apply to so and I was asking myself, I have this issue, but I don't want to be that person who is shy or scared of speaking. I mean, when would I grow, right? When will I get to that point where I can really, face people and everything? So that was an opportunity for me to face my peers. And I said to myself, the worst that can happen is I will go there, disgrace my family members, disgrace my village people, and and freeze, and I'm unable to speak. And if at this stage, like I was being brutal honest to myself, if I at this stage, right, after secondary school, now in the university, I still cannot speak out there, then honestly, thumbs down to me, right? So I was telling myself all this. So that kind of helped me keep pushing myself that okay, but I don't want it to be that I will be embarrassed or so I pushed myself and I spoke. And here's the social proof. You can see what this person said. She delivered a great talk on ethical hacking without signs of a first timer. This is a social proof. It was posted on Twitter. Now, if I say that I've done this, you can see that some people also have proof of what I have done and how I have done it, right? So this was what happened. This was how we did it. Now, how did I now shoot my? How did I get my first job in tech? I did something, shooting my shot. Now, this is a message. This message was in 2019. This was the beginning of the conversation, and this is the continuation. You can see everything is 2019. You can see this is June, mid 2019, and my internship was 2019, as I mentioned, as you also saw last time. Now, I reached out to this person and I said, I just decided to send you a DM because I find your post inspiring and I really look forward to probably working with you. And this person, this is there's a top tech leader, right? He has a company in the UK and all that. So, and again, I was like, the worst that can happen is he would not respond to my message, and that's okay. I was just 4 months into my internship at this point because I started in February. So he said, work with me. That would be nice. Now, please note, when I knew that I was going to reach out to him, I started posting. So all those posts, I started posting them 2 weeks earlier. I was writing something underneath. I was posting, I was writing something. So I knew that I was going to reach out to somebody. So I started posting evidence of my work, what people said from the events I attended and everything like that. And he was like, so definitely before he responded to me, he most likely would have also checked out my page. And he was like, work with me. That would be nice. I said, that's if you don't mind, sir. Of course, little me, what do I know? I was just composing my message the best way I could. So he was like, what do you do? And then I said, I'm a web developer, just completed a Google Digital Marketing Skills for Africa, and I was awarded a certificate. I was being sincere again, right? I'm not claiming what I don't have. And then I said, so I'm currently trying to apply all I learned from the course by building an e-commerce website for my sister's business and applying the SEO and SEM strategies to make her business get in front of prospects. I'm still a student though, final year computer science, and I am currently working on an app. It's my first mobile app development. This one was for our clients during my internship. So I sent the link and everything to him. So this was like the next day, because I think this chat was over the night, like yeah, in the night. So this was the next day. After sending everything, the links to my work and all of that, I just, let's see what happens from here. So he sent this message himself. Hi. I said, hi, sir. How's work? How are you? Are you interested in you know, the work? And I said, I'm fine. I am interested 100%. He says, drop your number. And he calls and I get the job, right? That was what I did. So you can have this also without somebody hiring you. You can also hack the system. So I just showed you proof of my chat with that founder and I got the job, started working with him, and my relocation was sponsored 7 months after working with him by him, right? My relocation was sponsored by him after 7 months of working and delivering value. That's why we always tell people, don't chase the sponsorship first, chase the work. You also heard what I said about one of the co-founders at Amdari, Femena Ipo, that worked in a warehouse when he relocated to the UK. And by the time he gained experience interning elsewhere in tech, let me fix my brightness. By the time he relocated, right? Sorry, but by the time he interned somewhere, worked on projects on his own and everything, he was able to get a job in the same company where he worked in their warehouse as a business intelligence analyst. His visa was also sponsored. I'm not sure if it's by the same company now or it was the next company after that. But he also got visa sponsorship from an existing employer, not, oh, I am applying to a visa sponsorship job. It's easier to get sponsorship when you've worked and delivered your value. Now they can tell that you are worth the investment. You are worth betting on, right? I can bet on this person. My employer then was able to bet on me after I proved to him for 7 months that I am reliable, I am valuable, and I'm an asset to his company, right? To his team. He saw it as okay, this would be a good investment, and he did that. So you can also hack it without getting someone to hire you for business sponsorship from the get go, or you getting a job to get the experience. You can get the experience by doing other things. Now, 89% of job seekers have been able to, sorry, say that the lack of experience is the reason why they've not been able to get a job. And we all agree, right? We all agree. Now, what's the old school way and what's the new school way that you can actually adopt? What's the old school way that you should ditch? What's the new school way that you should adopt? Now, the old school way is you hearing that you need just you the degree, just the UK masters, and then years of experience, and then just apply everywhere. Add your certifications on LinkedIn. Say you are passionate and all that. That's the old school way. Bear in mind that not that they do not work or it's not something you should add as extra strategy, but because it's not enough. So the old school way, everything on my screen is not enough. What you need is the skill, the portfolio, and the real world project or internship to show proof that you've done something. Now, your portfolio is way, better than having a resume that just shows bullet points of what you've done. Why? Because you can get a CV expert to revamp your CV with an experience that you didn't get. So a portfolio of what you've actually done, right, is better. A portfolio that shows companies, projects, business case studies, and everything is better. Now, a case study is also better than saying I am a fast learner. And I'll explain that. You go in for an interview today, right? You go in for an interview today. And while in that room for that interview, you go in and you start saying, I am a fast learner, I am a team player, I am this, I am that. It is not as convincing as when you say it like this. So I worked in my last place of work, I worked with a team of, now let me paint a scenario. In my last place of work, I worked as a project and product manager, and I worked with a team of developers, UI UX designers. I worked with stakeholders. I worked with business analysts, and we had this project to work on this product for a film tech company, and the product was majorly for actors to be able to apply to auditions online. They don't need to be physically present, just apply to jobs online and everything. And I'm explaining all of that. And at that point, I've never worked in film. I wasn't familiar with the problem that actors faced. So I had to do my research. I had to familiarize myself with the people that we are trying to solve this problem for. That's the actors. Oh, what are the major challenges? Is it the location fatigue from moving from one location to the other, the long queue of people waiting to get auditioned? You're waiting for like 500 people because you are 501. You need 500 people to do the audition. Before it gets to you, there is fatigue on the part of those that are auditioning you. So their feedback might be flawed. But imagine a platform where you can do this. Everybody does it online. Everybody watch the video at their own pace and everything. So I had to familiarize myself with the field. I had to learn this. I had to learn that. I had to, create user persona based on how much I had to expose myself to those users that we are building the product for. What this is telling the recruiter is, I am a fast learner. I understand the need when it comes to understanding the pain points of people that we are solving a problem for, right? Trying to see things from their own point of view. I'm communicating the fact that I am a very, very intelligent product manager, right? And then I say that, oh, and I'm also I used to work as a developer. So as a result of that, I understand the technical language and I'll be able to work more, like I'll be able to work better with every developer and all that. I'm communicating so much additional value. So I can only communicate this because I have experience. I don't have to say I'm a fast learner. I just painted a scenario that obviously showed you that I am not just a fast learner. I take initiative because I had to go learn about this user market without being told, right? So I take initiative. I am proactive from what I've just said. Please, if you agree with all of this, if you think that painting it like this over saying I am a fast learner is better, give me a thumbs up. You believe that that would work better, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Kingsley. So instead of saying a fast learner, just say that you just paint a scenario. When you paint that scenario, you become believable. You get their attention. They are more interested, right? Now you are so if you give someone your CV to revamp, you won't have all this to say. But if you live the reality, you will have all of this to say. The same thing goes for having tangible projects over just the hypothetical knowledge or just the theoretical knowledge, right? So these are the new ways that you can actually hack your way into getting and landing a job. Now, why or what exactly counts as experience, right? So, what counts as experience? We're going to get to that. But the work experience permission mindset is something you need to have, right? The work without permission mindset is what I need you to have. Now, work without permission, I mentioned that, and trust me, the scenario I painted with the film tech and doing my research is actually it's something I did, right? So I would do a lot of things without waiting for permission. I would do a lot of things without needing validation. I just need to get the right validation from my users, the right validation that, okay, this problem we're solving is very important. Once I gather my proof, because sometimes you would share some things with your bosses and they would, I don't think it would work. I think we should try this other way. I think you need to prove to them, right? You need to prove to them why you think. So you don't need to try to prove it with, oh, I think. Try do something and then bring it back to them and say, have a look at this. What do you think? Now you've taken it a step further. You become a valuable asset to the team like that, right? So you need to have that mindset even before you get a job, not when you get a job. So working without permission mindset is what will push you. It's one of the things that really, I would say it's one of the things that brought you here today, for example. You're trying to seek ways, right, to move on. Okay, Credence, my domain is software engineering as well as product management, right? Software engineering and product management. Exactly. But please bear in mind that I am big on business. Like, and that's why um I, kind of leveled up and became a business executive, a tech and business executive, right? And yeah, currently I work at Amdari as the Chief Technology and Business Officer, as well as one of the co-founders. So my domain is anything tech, anything business, and yeah, that's it. I hope that answers your question. So I know I've been saying so much, but it's my as a product manager, I have always been interested in everything that has to do with business. So I would go beyond just, just the tech side of things and even it deeper into the business. So yeah, we do not have product management. We have project management. We have project management. So you need to stop waiting for a company to give you permission to start working in your field. Be the driver of your own journey. Do not let anybody's opinion be what pushes you to do something. Like, own it. That was what I did. Remember what I said about sitting down and just thinking myself that people are smart. People are on LinkedIn posting stuff. I am not this good. What do I have to do? Right? I didn't have to wait until somebody either, invalidated my way of thinking, invalidated my approach or something. I took up that step of, advancing my own career myself. I took it upon myself to take the necessary step to learn. Thank you, everybody. I'm seeing the thank you. So I took it upon myself to do what I needed to do to gain experience. And I didn't mind if it was paid or not. I just want to work and know this stuff. Like, no, I just want to know this stuff. Like, in and out. I want to know it. I need to know it. And then I went on and then I did everything I needed to do. And took on the internship, and look at the trajectory, shooting my shot, getting the job, being sponsored 7 months later, after delivering value, after showing them that I am a good addition to your team. You don't want to lose me, right? So it's very important. Okay, I'll drop my LinkedIn URL, but my name is Omomi Victoria Samson on LinkedIn. I'll drop my LinkedIn URL. Yeah, I'll drop the link so you can just click and it will take you there. But I'll do that shortly. We'll be wrapping up the session shortly, so I'll take questions. Now, the no job route to real experience, the one that I took that also worked for me, the one that you can take, the one that Ifemena took, the one that Adeza, the other co-founders at Amdari took that really worked for them. We worked on real world projects, open source, internship, freelancing, right? I did a lot of freelance jobs as well. I mean, I started with my sister's company's website, right? So, like I said, honestly, you need to do a lot of things, right? I was doing my internship working on a client's website at that point in time, and I was trusted to work on a client's mobile app rather, and also website 3 months into my internship, and I learned so much in the course of that internship. Working with a team, being pushed by my team lead to go speak at an event. Why would I even know that there's such a thing as tech meetup? The first time I heard that was during my internship. The first time I heard about certain thought leaders that one should follow, which led to me shooting my shot to my first employer, was from my internship. Oh, there's this person. Have you heard about this person? Or have you heard about that event? You're learning about people. You find them fascinating. You follow them. I want to hear more from this person. I want to see more from this person. And I started following some of them. And I was like, at this point, I think I'll send a DM to this particular person because I want to work with this level of quality. That one thing with me is I would always go for that. That was what I did with my internship. I had three options. I went with that one that would merely, drill me and stretch me. I knew what I was signing up for. The same thing with the job. I shoot my shots. I mean, I was in the north, Nigeria, right? And then I didn't mind. I just shoot my shots. Whether it's a UK company, I don't care. I will do what I have to. I must get the job. And I did that. Sent him links to my GitHub repo, sent him links to the project, the app that I said I did, and he saw all of that, right? So that's what you have to do also. You need to build business aligned, you need to have business aligned deliverables. I would show you how to get this. Now, one thing I forgot to mention at the start of this session is the fact that this session is not just pointing out the challenges, but also a solution at the end of the day, right? There is a solution to all of this. There is a way Amdari comes in and helps with this. Business aligned deliverables. I had that. You saw how I said my sister's website, an app for the business that I was doing for the internship company that I was in, right? And all of that. So you need to have something that is aligned with an actual business that would help you stand out properly. Now, there is also the aspect of consistent use of tools and collaboration workflows. Internship gave me access to a team. I had proof of that. I was also able to work consistently with my tools because I needed to go to work Mondays to Fridays. The internship was supposed to be 3 times in a week, guys, by the way. I didn't mention that. I told the company CEO then that I will come Mondays to Fridays. He was like, as an intern, you can come 3 times. I said, I will come 5 times. Don't worry, you guys are not paying me. I don't mind. I'll come every day. And that was what I did. They were not chasing me. And trust me, by the way, yes, they wanted me to stay back after my 6 months. It was supposed to be a 6 months internship, but I got a job, right? 4 months in. So with that company, so I needed to. And I didn't want one to affect the other. I couldn't multitask that much in this situation with another business and another business. So I didn't want to cheat anybody's business by, paying attention to this, not paying. Yeah, so I had to drop the internship, but for while it lasted, it was really, really fun and worth it. And I always say this, I owe my growth to them because they made me from that start into who I was and who I am and everything. So yeah, so it is very important to also um understand that that consistent use of tools is the best way to retain information, right? It's the best way to retain knowledge. Now, if you're not practicing often and everything is just theoretical, your retention level will keep dropping because you're not practicing. It's not because you're not smart or intelligent. It is just, it's a natural phenomenon. You're not practicing, you're not applying what you've learned. The retention level from probably 90% on the first day of learning would start dropping to a 20% by the 30th day because you didn't practice, right? So that's why As a developer, you realize that there is something called a virtual environment where you're consistently like coding as you're learning, you're coding, you're learning, you're coding. But if after you're learning, you don't have a project, you can't think of a project like that, to be honest. Like it would be to be a tad bit difficult, right? So you need systems that would push you. Let me put it that way. You need a system because you're still learning, you can't have everything figured out. You won't know what you need. You think you would know, you think, oh, YouTube would help. It's not enough. What you would learn in a workplace because of the workflow is amazing. Like it would stretch you, it would push you to be very familiar with things within your domain. Another person's knowledge is something that would also add to yours and help you grow. Picking another person's brain, picking from another, even your boss, your team lead, your teammates, picking people's brain here and there would always help you add more to your own knowledge, your knowledge base, right? And you keep growing. So that's why it's important. Do not learn in isolation. Taking courses is learning in isolation, even if you have a trainer, because you guys are not working as a team. It's not a day-to-day, oh, work on your course, your assignments, your this and that, read this, watch this video. That's it, right? And the highest capstone project, and that's it, right? But where do you, after that, what happens? So it's that after that that Amdari would help you with. You also need to have evidence of outcomes, reports, dashboards, strategies. I showed the person that hired me during my internship. I showed him website that I was building, the e-commerce website, the app, right? Linked to my GitHub. I showed him everything. These are ways to prove that you've done so much. These are ways to show what you've done and who you are. Now, I've been saying so much, but I would like you to know people that have taken these steps, people that joined a session like this a couple of weeks ago, the same way you've joined this session. They joined the session months ago, weeks ago, and I promise you, I would love for you to watch these videos, right? That's why I would like you to fill the form, because when I send these slides to you, you can take your time to watch all their videos, because I cannot use this entire session to play videos. It would take so much time. So I would like you to fill the form so you can have the link to this session. Now, this is somebody just like you're on this call today. Francis joined us as well, and he went ahead to enroll for the Amdari Work Experience Internship. And when he enrolled, he he got a job around 3 months into the internship. Now look at this mess. You can see his work experience shows Amdari. That's because we revamp your CV and optimize your LinkedIn once you join this internship program. We revamp your CV and optimize your LinkedIn. Now, his LinkedIn being optimized here shows that he's working at Amdari as a project management consultant, right? Now, he started working with us in March, April, May, June. He got a job in July. So 4 months in, because this post was 2 weeks ago, he got this job in July. So this message came in 2 weeks ago, right? But this screenshot was actually on that day, so that's why you see today. So this message came in 2 weeks ago. Brown is one of the team leads for project management at Amdari. This is one of the people that work with interns, right? So he is the team lead for this particular intern. We refer to our interns as consultants. Now, you can see for the Igbos in the house, you all know what one name means. But for those that are not Igbos, I'll tell you what one name means. The Igbos in the house, can someone type what one name means? Or, I'll still say it so we don't take too much time. But I'll just like someone to type what one name means in the chat. In 2, 3, or in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me say it so we don't take too much time. One name means brother. Now, this is the intern referring to his team lead as brother. That's to show you the rapport that the specialists at Amdari, the team leads that every intern that comes into our program will work with, are people that understand the need to build a rapport with you and help you achieve the exact reason why you are signing up for an internship at Amdari. Now he says, brother, I just got a call from Deloitte. The interview was successful. Starting onboarding in August. So you can see what I mean when I said this message came in last month. So he's starting his onboarding this month. To God be the glory. Good morning. And then the team lead, that's Brown, says, brother, this has made my week. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Miracle. Sibling, brother, friend. Thank you. So he says, congratulations, brother. And then Mr. Francis says, now you do pass. Up Amdari, up Mr. Brown. He got a job with Deloitte and he's a project manager. He got a project manager role with Deloitte just last month, and he started his internship in March, as you can see here. His LinkedIn is what we linked here. Let me click on it for you guys so we can go to his page and you will see what I mean. His LinkedIn is exactly what you see right there on my screen, right? So let's have a look at Mr. Francis LinkedIn. Sorry, it's loading. Okay, I think I'm not signed in. Yeah, let me share this back. But once you have access to this, I would send this link to you, like I said, right? I would send this link to you, but I'm still going to share because I really want us to see his LinkedIn page live. But once you feel it, you'll be able to. This is where we have the testimonial. So I had a testimonial interview, how he got the job, what's helped him stand out, what worked for him, all of those things. So you can try it as well. How is this working for our interns? How can you also try that out, right? So let's see his actual page. Let me copy his link address. All right, so let me just share that page instead. So, like I said, right, if you've not filled the form, it just takes you about 30 seconds ish for you to fill it. I would love for you to watch and listen to the interview, right? So let me present his page so we can have a look. All right, so it's still loading. So you can see we optimized his LinkedIn and of course revamped his LinkedIn CV as well. So you can see his bio right here, project manager, expertise in agile and waterfall, MS project, etc. Right? You can see that he works at Amdari, project management consultant. He's still with us, by the way. He has gotten a job, but he's still interning because he signed up for 6 months internship. Now he started in March and he's still with us, right? You can see that his previous place of work was not anything project management, right? So you can see that. But now we did everything revamping his CV. I want to show us the fact that we also give you an opportunity to have a speaking engagement, right? So you speak to fellow tech professionals, all of that. You can see him talking about planning and execution of a hospital's compliance audit readiness program. This is one of the projects he worked on in the course of his internship. This is one of the projects he worked on in the course of his internship. So these are ways that everybody who is a part of the internship at Amdari is growing and developing the needed skill set and capacity to thrive in the job market. That's just one person. We have quite a number of them. And the interview link is here if you'd like to watch it, right? I'd also like us to check out another person. Now, this person got a job. You see, he says, "Good morning, Amina. With the way you revamped my CV, I got a job offer of £50,000 yesterday. Although I am turning down the offer because it's a 6 hour drive from London. Thank you very much." Right? And this is another person. He says, "Hi, Miriam. My name is Larry from Amdari. I just got a secondment role as a business analyst in the data analytics team. This person got this job in the same company she's working, but not as a tech person. Now she has gotten a job as a tech professional in that same company. Now she's working in her data analytics team. She now says, I will be writing user stories for the extraction of data from EDW. I need help understanding the architecture of EDW. Now, this person is requesting for on-the-job support. Yes, in the course of your internship, you also get on-the-job support. In the course of your internship, you also get on-the-job support. You can see this person sends a message directly from the data science internship group. You can see that, right? It says, "Hi, Mohammed. I got a job. I got a data science job, like my first data science job, using some of the things we learned here." Can you see? So these are ways that people are getting jobs as a result of this internship. And it goes on and on. This is another person. You can see here, she says, "I interviewed with 3 companies and was made offers by all 3 companies." Right? So one thing is also very constant amongst our interns. For those that have gotten jobs, I always ask them something. What part of this internship do you think helped you? And what did you do that you think also helped you? Because trust me, the internship is a total career rebrand for you, but you also have a part to play, right? And if you like, from the get go, I took everything seriously from the mentorship sessions, to the job prep sessions, because you also get to have a job prep session, right? To the interview prep session, everything. I took it seriously. I was also always attending my stand-ups and everything like that. And the projects are the things I always show during my interview. It's always helping them stand out. So they didn't wait for the system to change. They built value and showed proof with the help of Amdari and everything that Amdari has to offer. Again, I will love for you to listen to all of the interviews from our past interns that have gotten a job. Still, most of them are still current because they got the job in the program and they're still in the program with us, right? So I would love for you to listen. Now, the new way to getting experience, we've said it before, internship program, Amdari gives you that. Open source contributions, right? There are different platforms that also, you can just take one or two open source contributions from. Also, volunteering for non-profits or SMEs, freelance projects, hackathon and competition. We also have that at Amdari. Case study simulations, we have that as well, right? We have a project built at Amdari for that. Building and documenting your own project. We have a free portfolio website for you at Amdari that also helps you to, house every project and document your journey. And I'll show us that as well. All of these things you can get at Amdari. Now, why do recruiters always need you to have experience? You can see the level of hiring right here, according to this report, right? Now, with no experience, only 6% of people can get a job. With 3 months experience, from this report, right, 7% were able to land jobs. I believe most of our interns fall under the 7% because it's always, 3 months in, 4 months in, I get a job. The remaining 23%, again, our interns fall under this part too. At least 6 months experience. Then there are some organizations that would need you to have at least 1 year experience. With the quality of projects and the number of projects you work on at Amdari, it's as equal as working for 1 year because it is immersive, right? It's an intensive, even though it's flexible, it is still very immersive and intensive, right? So these are the things that recruiters look out for. And it's very important for you to make sure that you don't wait for the system to do you that favor. Hijack it, do what you have to do. I didn't wait for the system to do me a favor. I shoot my shot during my internship and I got the job and it changed my life, to be very honest, right? So you have to also take that, step, that bold step. The worst that can happen is they don't respond to your DM. And the fact that you do more than just reaching out to one person would even increase your chances, right? So just shoot your shots and be very strategic. Being strategic saves you time, saves you the effort. Imagine I reached out to that founder in 2019, like I said I did, and I was not smart enough to know that if this person checks my page and sees that what's going on there, who is this one? He wouldn't respond. But I was already strategic and I got a response, right? So you need to make sure that your portfolio, your LinkedIn, your social platform represents you the right way, the way you want to be represented. How do you want to be perceived online? How do you want to be seen? What kind of professional do you want to portray yourself to be? What do you talk about? What do you post about? Right? What are the things you put out there? The type of professional you want to be, how you want your social platform to show you off. That's how you should put yourself out there. And it would make it a lot easier to get what you want exactly. So what you need to build right now is your portfolio. Have case studies in place. So it's easy for you. You won't feel lazy to quickly just copy the link and send to somebody, right? You have everything documented. And it's easy to document as you do it than compiling and coming back. That's like dedicating weeks to just compile stuff you worked on for like a year, right? So as you're doing it, document it. It's easy to just get the link and paste somewhere for that person. You won't feel lazy to be like, oh, I have to put this together. I have to put that together. You start procrastinating. You start pushing it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. But if you start documenting from the get-go, it's easier. It's very easier. So you do all of the things that you need to do. Build your portfolio. Have your thought leadership posts put out there. And how can you do that? Like I said, what kind of professional do you want to be? I posted me speaking at a meetup when I was just 3 months into my internship. Imagine the personality I already built around myself on that platform, right? I was already showing myself as I speak at tech events, right? And all that. You also need to connect. My internship gave me access to mentors. That mentor was my team lead who pushed me, right, to doing something that would become an evidence that would make somebody to hire me, right? So it might be an internship, but just take total advantage. Have great mentors, have groups, have peers. That internship gave me a team that pointed me in the right direction, who to follow. Imagine I was learning in isolation. I was all alone, trying to figure things out, going to YouTube. I would keep feeling lost. I'll keep feeling drowned in the pool of so many information. There is something here, there is something there. How do I grasp everything at once? Right? I would be distracted, not because I am not laser focused, but because today I see this, I try to grab it. Tomorrow I see this, and I am distracted because I don't know the right way to go about it, right? So you also need your proof of work. So you need a portfolio website. We have a free portfolio website on Amdari that you have access to for life. You don't pay for the portfolio website. It's an actual properly built portfolio website that you can even link your GitHub to, right? Every project you have on GitHub, anything you're putting, you can link it to that portfolio website. And I'll show us that also. So it's very important for us to know how to do things the right way. So you might be wondering, Mommy, you've said so much, this and that, do this, yeah, you did this, it worked for you, try this, try that. Okay, where do I start from? Honestly, you need to start by choosing an in-demand career path. And I asked a question at the start of the session. What career path are you in? Introduce yourself with that. Type the career path and also let me know where you're joining from. So I wanted to already know the kind of people we have on the call. Have you already taken a course in a tech career path that is in demand? If you have, congratulations, you've taken the first step, right? You've taken the first step. Now, if you've taken the first step, right, and you're still struggling to get a job, it's obviously because you have not done something, which is to collapse the learning curve. And internship can help you achieve that, right? You need to collapse the learning curve. And how do you do that? Join an internship. Now, that internship is a safe space to make mistakes. I call Amdari's internship program a controlled environment, right? A controlled and guided environment because it's an internship for a reason, right? When I was doing my internship, I made mistakes. Like I made mistakes. It's normal because you're learning on the job. The only thing you've done before an internship is probably, taking a course. You've not practicalized it. You've not put everything you've learned into practice, right? So it's going to be very, very difficult to say that you won't make mistakes, and these mistakes are not even bad or terrible. They are ways for you to learn better and learn faster. Trust me, a lesson learned when making a mistake is one that you will never forget. A lesson you learned through a mistake is one you will never forget. It will keep resounding in your memory like, oh, I remember when I made a mistake, communication related, that nearly cost our client's project. Remember, I said I also worked in an agency, so I have agency experience. It cost our clients like a lot, and that had to like also mean, oh, we're not going to pay the full balance. Do you think I will forget that? Like, I can't forget what I learned by, not communicating very well. So, mistakes that we rather, lessons that we learn through mistakes and lessons that we will never ever forget. It's embedded and kind of described in our memory, right? So internship is a safe space for you to make mistakes. You get to use real tools and real collaboration comes with internship. And you also get real deliverables. All of these comes with Amdari. You also get 3 to 6 months of internship with a job reference letter. Everything that I'm mentioning comes with the internship that you get at Amdari. Now, I mentioned getting an in-demand career path. If you've taken a course in data engineering, you've taken a course in data analytics or data science and cyber security, please just give me a show of hands. Thumbs up. Let's go with thumbs up. Or show of hands, right? You've taken a course, and this is from the World Economics report, by the way, right? World Economics Forum report. So you can see the career paths that are in demand and will be in demand for the next couple of years. You can see this is 2025 to 2030, right? So these are the career paths that are in demand. So if recruiters are hiring for this and you do not have a job in this career path, then maybe you need to change your strategy. Don't wait to be hired. Don't wait to be called upon by a recruiter before you do what you need to do to stand out, right? Don't wait for the system to be the one to decide if you will get the job or not. I didn't wait for the system to decide if I'll get the job. I sent a DM, right? So don't wait for the system to decide. If it's by the system will tell me 3 months internship. Oh, you need to do more. How should you apply? Oh, Omo, me send wait for job posting, go to a job board and apply. That's what the system will tell me. I didn't let the system tell me that. I decided to just, like go with the flow, right? And I just reached out myself and did all of that. So it's very important for us to be the ones that, architect our own futures, architect your own journey. And it is handed to you as long as you come with boldness. Trust me, it's handed to you as long as you come. We are smarter than we think sometimes. We just are not probably being strategic. Trust me, what makes some people seem super smart is that those strategies, right? They know how to apply it. They have that spirit of discernment. They are critical thinkers. They have that mindset shift. Like you need it, right? It's one of the things that really sets people apart. And one thing I always also say is common sense is another soft skill that a lot of people don't talk about, right? So that common sense can either help you make decisions that will determine the best course of your career path, right? It will help you determine, and like I said, for you to be here today, right? I believe that you are already thinking in the line of, I can't wait for anybody to be, I need to take action. Like, I think I need to just make this work for myself. And trust me, our interns did the same thing. Now they've landed jobs. Landry got a job in the same company where she's doing a non-tech role. Imagine she applied a few months ago without having anything in tech. They wouldn't listen to her. And by the way, she has been struggling to get a BA job for the last 2 years. I have an interview in this. I would love for you guys to listen. Hear from them. Don't take my word for it. Hear from them. I did the interview on purpose. I wanted to hear from them also. I would like for you to hear from them. Don't take my word for it, right? Now, jumping on the internship at Amdari, what are the tools that you will use to work? Not learn. You would use it to work means you are gaining mastery. You're gaining competence, right? Your skill set is improving. Your level of understanding of that tool is improving. You're using these tools to work on actual business problems, not random projects. You're using these tools to work on business challenges that equals actual deliverables, actual impacts. So you'll be using Power BI as a data analyst, SQL, Tableau, right? Excel, just to mention a few, not limited to what you see on my screen, I promise you, right? And you get to work on some project as a data analyst, other projects as a product analyst, another project as a logistics and like that, right? And this is because you will be working on 8 to 10 projects if you come in for 6 months internship, or you'll be working on 4 to 5 projects if you come in for 3 months internship. So yes, you can come in for this number of duration. Yeah, either. Oh, by the way, yes, we are having it for just 4 months right now. Yes, I just remembered. So if you're coming in because our interns have been getting jobs 3 months in, 4 months in, so we're like, and because of their job and everything like that, it's very, very important for the system and the internship to be very flexible. You'd see a couple of reference letters that we've also awarded and everything like that. So it's very important for you to come in and know that yes, this internship is one that would really, really help you get started. Now, the actual experience that you will be getting, right, is going to go from technology experience to data visualization and reporting, to data modeling, to data cleaning, to working with cross-functional teams, just to mention a few. Like I said, for you to go through all of this in detail as it relates to your field, I will like for you to take a look at this document. I will really, really like for you to take a look at this document, right? So, yeah, so I'd like for you to take a look at this document. So moving on, if you're also coming in as a data scientist, you'll be working with Python, Azure, GCP. You'll be working with AWS, Tableau, SQL. I think I mentioned that already. You'll be working and not limited to these tools, like I said. And for all of the career paths also, and this is where you'll be gaining experience. Because if you check any job board today, they want you to be able to do these things that we've listed here. So we kind of reverse engineer the process, the system rather. So we've seen what the recruiters want you to have. You will come in and work on projects that would equal that actual knowledge. So you are having a total career rebrand now. You live this reality. You worked on this project. Actually, we revamp your CV and put all of these things that you've done on your CV. We optimize your LinkedIn and put all of these things that you've done on your LinkedIn. Now you go in for an interview, which we've also prepped you for. You go in for an interview, speak about all these projects, because we didn't just put anything on your CV. You did the work and then we put it on your CV. So you can defend it, you can talk about it at length. So you can see why I said it's a career rebrand. It's not just we rebranding your document, we are rebranding you as a tech professional as well. So coming in as a data engineer, you'd work on SQL, you'd work with SQL, AWS, Azure, GitHub, PySpark, just to mention a few, GCP as well, right? Docker, Studio, and quite a number of them. You'd work with projects across different industries and also technology experience across cloud, building ETL pipelines, database versus data warehousing projects, just to mention a few, right? So it's very, very important for you to have all of these needed skills, competence, and knowledge, right? The same thing with business analysis. You'll be working with these tools that you see on my screen: Power BI, Draw.io, Notion, Jira, ChatGPT, SQL, Excel, and all that. And these are the experience areas that you will be developing as well. The same thing applies to project management, right? You'll be able to develop all of these skill sets and work in this capacity, right? And work with tools like Confluence, Microsoft Projects, Trello, Jira, just to mention a few, right? And the same thing for SOC analysis, ethical hacking, and GRC. These are the tools that you'll be working with. Again, I would love for you to fill the form that my colleague has been dropping so you can have access to this document. Because there is also a document that shows like a list of the projects that our past interns have worked on. So you can see the quality of projects that you will work on when you come into the program, right? So the program is a combination of impacting you with technical skills and employability skills. And you've seen all of the technical skills that I have mentioned while speaking. And ultimately, you get the job, right? As long as you play your part. Have people been getting jobs? Yes, 100%, right? This is another person. Her name is Betsy, right? These are people you can check out on LinkedIn, and they will tell you how the experience has been. Now, I'd like us to take a look at something for Betsy. You can see that right here we have her experience as Information Technology Project Manager at Amdari. She's an intern, and you can see when she joined us, January till present, although her internship is over, by the way. So she has it January. She joined us in January. Now look at when she got a job. She got this job in May, right? She's still working there. Look at the job title when she was in Amdari: Information Technology, Project Manager. And then she gets a job as an Information Technology Business and Project Manager. So when I say that this internship is immersive, it is immersive. She got the job with a UK company. This is how our interns are getting jobs, right? This is how our interns are getting jobs. And their CV gets revamped, their LinkedIn gets optimized, and everything that helps them get a job is what we prep them for, right? So if you're not taking advantage of what Amdari has to offer and you need a job, how then are you trying to get the job, right? What strategy are you using? Right? So jump on this type of strategy that helps, because like I said, we built Amdari based off of personal experience. Internship helps, right? Now, this is another person, and this is my interview with Toby. He got a job as a data scientist in the UK actually during, because if you look at this, his internship started in April. He got a job last month, April, May, June, July, 3 months in, and he got a job. And you can see it right here. You can see it right here, right? Now, the same thing applies to, but he backdated, by the way. Yeah, we have interns that backdate. I'm going to tell you that fact. So his internship is actually April 2025, right? So we also sent him a reference letter when his recruiters reached out to us that, oh, we are trying to hire him. He said he has worked with you guys. We need you to fill this form. So they sent us a form, more like a reference form. So we have to fill it. So it has a section for like appraising him as well. So we have to fill it and we sent it back to them and all that. So you can watch the interview, please. I would like you to watch the interview. When you get this, just click on listen to Toby speak about his experience. Just click the button and you will be able to watch the video. It's just about 7 minutes. They are not long. It's just about 7 minutes video, right? So all of these videos are things that will help you see how we've helped them. This is also another one. So Sheol reached out to us. Now his recruiters reached out rather Olainka has nominated you to provide an employment letter for the application to Healthcare Island. He got the job. Renee, the above name, has been offered a position as a systems analyst with our company, and he has provided your details as a referee. He got the job. They already said has been offered, right? So he got the job. He's not even on the list of all the videos that I've been sharing. So these are ways that people have been getting jobs every now and then. This is another one. Hello, Efemena. Thank you for all your support and assistance. This is how you get support and assistance, right? I had my final interview on Friday last week, and through though it generally went well, so I wanted to wait till I got any kind of feedback to share before reaching out. They give feedback mostly immediately and all. Today I got a call of a tentative offer to start in July, right? So you can see this is another one. So people get jobs when they jump on this internship program. And the list just goes on and on. And these are more videos that you can also watch to listen to how Laju got the job, listen to how Larry got the job as well. They're about 7 minutes, some like 4 minutes, and you can just watch all these videos. So if you've not filled the form that my colleague is dropping, please fill the form because that's how I can share this with you. So you can watch and listen to how they have been able to secure jobs after joining the Amdari internship. So again, what they did differently, honestly, is that they worked on real projects. They also had access to tech mentors to review their work. They also learned to speak workplace language. They also got visible on LinkedIn. You can see their LinkedIn, right? They post very well. Then they knew what hiring managers actually want because we have interview prep with you and we have mock interview with you. The mock interview is where we will play with you. So we are interviewing you, you are on the hot seat, right? So, and we give you feedback based on how you've responded to the question, and that happens every Thursday. So this week can be 4 people, sorry, 5 people. Next week, another set of 5 people, and other interns are also like, analyzing and saying, okay, can I respond to an interview question like this? And like I said, it's like something that goes round in circles. So if you're not the one on the hot seat today, you can be the one that will be interviewed next week, right? So it's important. And we always encourage our interns, don't shy away from nominating yourself to be interviewed, right? In fact, one thing that we started right now is every team lead for the internship program that we have, we nominate 4 people each to have an interview prep, like close knit interview prep with us, with one of our co-founders, right? So these are ways that we are prepping our interns, and that's why they keep getting the job, right? So if you want a career rebrand, you need to learn. Then you need to package yourself, and then you need to apply. Now, you learning is you jumping on the Amdari Work Experience program. Why? Because learning on the job is the fastest way to learn. Learning by doing is the best way to learn. Switch up your strategy of trying to get a job. Apply, 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 but apply the minute you start having the proof of work because it saves you the stress of having to apply to many jobs before you get a job, right? So once you do that, your CV will be revamped. Your LinkedIn will be optimized. Now, everything you see here, you get from Amdari. Now, when we talk about apply, trust me, you get to apply to this platform from Amdari Job Board. We have a job board at Amdari that fetches jobs from LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Flex Jobs, and all of these platforms. We also give you strategies to shoot your shots in the DM of recruiters, right? So that you're not just waiting and waiting and waiting, right? So it's very important. So for you to join our next cohort, it is starting on the 6th of September. And if you would love to take advantage of this cohort, I would love to show you how to enroll. So we've been saying so much. I'll take questions now. If you're interested in enrolling, please can you give me a thumbs up? If you're interested in enrolling, you cannot wait to jump on this internship offer. Please give me a thumbs up. Can I see some show of hands? You want to take advantage of the internship program at Amdari? You cannot wait to join us. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Ayopami. Very awesome. So yeah, so if you would like to take advantage, thanks, Kingsley, just jump on this internship program. So we have discounts available for the next 20, for the first 20 people, because we just opened the slots for the September cohort. The September cohort is starting on the 6th of September, right? We just recently onboarded a new cohort today. They started they had their onboarding, met with their team lead, and everything regarding their internship kick starts today. And they got their internship confirmation letter They got their onboarding kits, access to the resources needed, like the Amdari job board, the portfolio website that I mentioned. They got access to what's it called now? Their WhatsApp group for their team, right? They've met their teammate, like I said, and they also met with their teammates today as well. So this is exactly how this internship program is helping. Now, for you to enroll, the enrollment fee is £390, right, for the 3 months internship program. So if you would love to take advantage, instead of paying the £500, you get to pay the £390, right? And if you're going for the 6 months internship, instead of you enrolling with £900, you get to pay with £750. All right. So for you to jump on this opportunity, just use any of the links. Rather, it's just one link on my link. I don't know why I said any of the links. So my colleague is also going to drop something in the chat, right? But for you to enroll, just click on the link that I'm dropping in the chat right now, and you will be redirected. All right. So you'll be redirected to just a minute. Just use the link that I dropped in the chat. Yeah. Okay, the next cohort after September is October, blessing. The next cohort after September is in October. All right, so you use the link that I just dropped, and then when you click on that link, you will be redirected to this page. So once you're on this page, select 3 months internship or 6 months internship. So let's say you select 3 months internship. By the way, before you do the selection, ensure you scroll down to look for your program, because I know we have different career paths on the call today. You scroll down, look for your program. Once you do that, you will be redirected to the page where you can fill. Let me be sure you can see my screen. Yeah, you can see my screen. So you'll be redirected to the page where you can actually make your enrollments, right? Where you can make your payments. So let's see this page right now. So once you get redirected, hold on, it's loading. So you're going to just click on the link. So you can see the £390 and the £195 if you're paying twice, and the £130 if you're paying 3 times. What this means is you can pay in 3 installments. Now, if you're paying in 3 installments, you pay £130 today, £130 tomorrow, and £130 next month, and £130 in 2 months' time. So you spread your payments across 3 months. Now, if you're going to be enrolling, like I said, and securing your spot with this link that I shared in the chat, you can either pick 6 months or pick 3 months. If you're going for 6 months, you can pay in 5 installments. So you pay £150 for the next 5 months, £150, £150, £150, and you end up securing your spot. It's so easy. The discount is only available for the first 20 people to secure their spot today, right? So once you select this, what's it called? Just click on secure internship. You can see the breakdown right here. Click on proceed. Once you click on proceed, click on your name, click on your email address, and click on your phone number, right? So once you type that, click on proceed, and you will be prompted to fill in your card details. You will be prompted to fill in your card details. Once you fill your card details, your payment is successful, and you will be redirected to this page where you can type in your name, your last name, you just type Sam, your email address, your location, your current status. Are you a student? We have students also who come in for their master's, work placements, internship. So if you're a recent graduate, career switcher, just select anything. Just type in your number here. Let me just type anything. Click on next. It's very easy to fill the form. What program are you going for? I will pick data analytics. Read the terms and condition. Type in the name on the card, right, that you used in making payment, the account that you used in making payment. Upload your payment receipt, right? So once you upload your payment receipt, I'm trying to upload that. So once you upload your payment receipt, you just click on the next button. So I'll just upload anything for this payment receipt so that we don't take too much time. So let me just upload anything. Let me just upload anything. Okay, just a minute, please. So I'll take questions now. So please, if you have any question for me, can you raise your hand and I will take questions. So we upload the payment receipt. The next thing is to just a minute. Sorry, I'm trying to yeah. Okay, so I'll take questions like I mentioned real quick. So select the duration. Are you going for 3 months? Are you going for 6 months? Click on next. So if you're going for 6 months, you can split your internship. So you can split it in two programs and just select any program. Click on next. And when do you intend to start your internship? Do you want to start in September? Do you want to start in October? Just like someone asked in the chat, I've forgotten the name. How did you find out about Amdari? Just type in how you found out about Amdari. What influenced your decision to join the program? Type it in, all right, and then submit your form. All right, just submit your form and your enrollment is complete. So let me start by taking the first question. For to enroll, okay, is the internship virtual or physical? It is actually virtual. It's HR analytics under data analytics course, 100% Kingsley, 100%. And we are actually going to be having a dedicated data analytics internship as well moving forward. But you can actually enroll for data analytics if you want to have a robust, knowledge in the space. I would always say that it's an added advantage when you don't meet yourself from the very beginning, right? Because you might get a job as a product analyst, as a sales analyst, and the likes. Georgina says, how does it work in terms of time? Yes, thank you very much. That's a very smart question for those that are working. So most of our interns are career switchers. So one thing they always do is the fact that they are career switchers and they are trying to balance it with their current work. So we make it very flexible. You are expected to commit at least 1 hour in a day to the internship. So your stand-up meeting is not every day, it's twice in a week, right? Your stand-up meeting is not every day, it's twice in a week. But at the same time, you are still expected to show up Mondays to Fridays. But on those days that you don't have meetings, you guys interact via your WhatsApp group, right? Your team's WhatsApp group. You guys interact, chat with each other, converse, have communication about this and that, what you guys are working on, and everything like that. Status update, essentially. So you can work on your task maybe morning your time, afternoon your time, or night your time on those days that you guys have no meeting, right? As long as that's the time that works for you, like I mentioned, because it is flexible. But just make sure that you work on your task each day. And because that's how you get to move the needle from one task to the other. And it helps you also wrap up your project. Because each project takes about 2 to 3 weeks to complete, right? Each project takes about 2 to 3 weeks to complete. So for you to be able to complete your project, you need to work on that. Now, these projects are projects that you can be done with in 4 days if you were working 9 to 5, right? If you were working 9 to 5, there are projects you can complete in 4 days, right? But because this internship is meant to be flexible, even though you're a career switcher, right? At the same time, participate in the internship. So trust me, you can still get so much done within that 2 to 3 weeks. It depends on the scope of the project. So, but like I said, 1 hour per day, anytime that works for you in that day, but just make sure that you're engaged on your group, right? But on your meeting days, which is twice in a week or 3 times in a week, right? It's going to be decided within your team, with your team lead, right? And for you to know what time it's going to be is also going to be towards night time because that's when most people will be done with work and have time. So again, it's really something that you will all decide with your team. So I hope that answers your question, Georgina. Hey, this is please read the comments. Yes, yes, read the questions further in the chat. Yes, I've read them. Aliu says, is the internship post organization Amdari, or do you have partner organizations? So the internship post organization is Amdari. So you are interning with the consultancy arm of Amdari, right? Where you work on business case studies, challenges that equals real deliverable, real business challenges, and all of that. But you're working with the consultancy arm of Amdari. So Amdari is the host company. Amdari is what you put on your CV, right? and you would put consultant. So you're coming in as a project manager, you could say project management consultant, just like I showed us from those of our from our interns that have been able to secure jobs in the course of the internship. Right. So I saw a hand raised earlier. So please kindly raise your hand again. Or did you type already and I read your question? So if you have any question for me, please just raise your hand and I will take your question. Thank you, Sekinat. So if you have any question for me, just raise your hand and I will take your questions. All right, thank you, Sekinat. Hi, please go on. I believe you can unmute yourself, right? Toby, can people unmute? I'd like Sekinat to speak.
Yes, people can unmute, mommy.